This week has been a colorful controversy in Brookhaven, all centered around mosaic glass. It was recently installed on the city's dome, that new municipal building that they have there, but just days after the work, the project has wrapped up. The city officials and the public noticed the colors were a bit bright and more vivid than they expected, and now the glass is coming down. Here now to explain all of this is Brookhaven Mayor John Park. Mayor Park, welcome to the show.
Hello, thank you for having me.
All right. What was your thoughts when you first saw this glass? What was your reaction to it?
When I first saw it, I was like, "Ooh, that looks really, really bright." It doesn't look like what the renders look like. When we, made the decision about 3 or 4 years ago for the design of our city center.
So what was it exactly wrong with the glass? I mean, was it an oversight? Was it something like, well, we wanted it to be a little bit duller? I mean, what's going on here?
It was supposed to be kind of muted and kind of transparent, and there, and it was supposed to be decorative, but kind of, how do I say this? Kind of blends in with the rest of the city center. So it wasn't intended to be that in your face as many people said it was.
Was it like a traffic problem with it, maybe, or do you guys anticipate that? I mean, what's?
I think it just wasn't what we expected. It didn't look like the samples that we selected, and it didn't look like the renderings that we put together. So basically, they sent us the wrong thing, and we're sending it back.
Yeah. So obviously, the public called out this as well. What's your message to them as the glass will be coming down?
My message is, we heard you. We were looking at it as well, and we're fixing the problem.
Is there a redesign that's going to be taking place, or are you just going to leave it kind of like it is?
For now, we're going to leave it the way it is. That glass was always intended to be adaptive. It was intended to, be able to change for the times or change for their tastes. It's not. There's no functional requirement for it. It's always been a design for an open air roof, so we can have events and kind of have that open air feel. So really, we're going to go back and look at the process, maybe update it, maybe do something different. All bets are off right at this point.
Yeah, all this obviously being a cost to the taxpayers. Will they have to pay more for it to be taken down, or is this something with the manufacturer that will come back to you?
For the time, well, I can't promise anything because we're working with the manufacturer, we're working with our architect, we're working with our project managers, but our focus is to not make the taxpayers foot the bill for this.
Is there a lesson learned here, like future projects, just making sure that it is what it is?
Return sooner, I guess. Or notice these things sooner. I mean, I didn't notice until it started going up. Really, it's just this project is gone. It's going to be done in less than 2 years. We broke ground in October of 2023. Mm-hmm. And so, I guess, when you do things that fast, it's difficult to keep track, but, it's going.
Yeah. Obviously, there was meant to be some type of, enhancement there. Obviously, you have the open air part, but you wanted to put a little splash on it, a little something on there.
A little bit, but not that much.
Right. So now that it's down, it hasn't come down yet, right?
It is in the process of coming down.
Process coming down. So when you look at it now and it's down, will you think there'll be an urge for, or even maybe a public cry out to add something to it?
A lot of people like it the way it is. I personally like it the way it is. And it also lends itself to other things. Like I'd love to see sails there.
Yeah.
There are a lot of different things that you can add to it to enhance it. And we'll get up there. We'll have some events, see how it feels, and if you go through the atrium, we also have glass there, which is a little more muted, and the effect internally is cool.
Yeah.
And so we'll see what comes.
Have you ever been through anything like this before in your tenure? Have you ever seen anything like this? You seem to be calm about it. You seem to be like, It's
Look, projects. We've had multiple projects. We've had a remodel of our permitting building. We've had a new public safety building that we built, on a challenging lot with lots of rock that we had to blast and things like that on the Greenway. So we're used to challenging situations, but we solve it, and we have the contracts in place to enforce it.
Keep it going. You're a mayor of the people, I'm sure. Now, if the people start crying out saying, hey, we need to add a little something, I'm sure you'll take their suggestions, right?
I'll take their call.
So we'll be looking for something new to be up there, I'm guessing, or to keep it like it is. I mean, as you said, you think it's going to be nice like it is, so maybe people will just appreciate its beauty for what it is, right?
Well, you know what? I plan on having a lot of rooftop events, so stop by one of my events and we can talk about it.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good. All right, Mayor. Appreciate you joining us today, and we'll look and see what all becomes of it.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Mayor John Park with us today, and removing the colors.